You guys, welcome back to Pink Radio.
Welcome back to another 2010 with Pink Radio. What's up, you guys? Welcome back to another 2010 with Pink Radio. Back at it again with another video.
What's up, everyone? Welcome back to Pinkkrowns Radio or Pinkkrowns TV. We're back after that long little break. I'm back, and I pray that I am back for a long time once again. Just been busy with life and all the other things. But I have a word on today, and I just want to get right into it. So I was just sitting there getting in the word. Some life events didn't happen, and the devil tried to come against me. And I'm like, anything that the devil say, anything that he try to do, anything he try to use to come against me, now it may form, but it will not prosper. God said in the Bible that no weapon formed against me shall prosper. See, he didn't say it wouldn't form. He said no weapon formed against me shall prosper. So Satan, whatever you do, whatever you say, whatever you use to try to come up against your people, come up against God's people, it will not prosper. Because why would anything that Satan say and do prosper? Let's be real now, because in the Bible, God promised to never leave nor forsake us. So if we're always shielded and protected by God's grace and love, mercy, and the army, how can anything that Satan use, do, say, whatever he's trying to throw at us, prosper? It may form and it may try to get to us, but it will not prosper. In that moment, I may have thought that I was defeated, but God stopped it. He didn't let it go no farther. It formed, but it did not prosper. He did not allow it to go any farther. He stopped it in that moment. And we like, God, it just should never happen. This should never. But guess what? God stopped it before it got farther, because it could have been worse. So we have to learn from our lessons. We have to learn from those tests. God allowed that test to happen. But he did not allow Satan to get to you. He did not allow you to be defeated. He did not allow you to be harmed, because God is always with us. He said whatever worries and concerns us, it worries and concerns him. But for one thing, if you have a spirit of worrying and you're always worried all the time, I just learned that you're giving praise to Satan. When you're worrying, you're praising Satan. And I'm like, Lord, I know I'm a heavy warrior. I have so many moments where I'm just constantly worried. I'm stressed out. I'm sitting here praising the devil. I just learned that. And I'm like, I can't be out here praising the devil. We got to find strategies, and we have to tap into ourselves to find what it is that we can do and help define and build ourselves into who God called us to be. Find strategies, strategic things to help us build ourselves into the woman or the man of God that God called us to be, or to make ourselves a better person, and to help us to stay on track, to gain structure, all these good things. And as I was sitting down, just, getting into my word and, listening to a lot of inspirational prophecies from the Lord, and I was just listening, getting into my word. I've been stressed out. Like, these last couple of weeks has been horrific, but I was sitting down just trying to wake, like, through those prophetic words, I was getting ideas. I'm like, okay, God is laying on my heart what I can do to help better my career, help better me in certain areas in my life, how to stay grounded and rooted in him, how to just uplift myself, how to stay positive, and so much more. And so I was sitting there like, okay, I can do this, I can, do that to help my channel grow, to help, reach other people. And so I was starting to look up the meaning, because, Pinkkrowns is just a name that I just thought of one day. I first thought of Pinkkrowns just thinking of an Instagram name. I had an Instagram account once before, and something happened to it and it got deleted. And I had some type of crazy name then, in your high school, and I stayed without it for a while. But then I ended up, recreating it, I believe around like my senior year in high school. I recreated it. I think somewhere up in there. And, I just put something together. I'm like, I'm not creative, but apparently I am. So Pinkkrowns is just a name that I had made up for Instagram, and then I started taking that name, and it's on my TikTok, it's on my YouTube channel, it's on my Twitter account, it's on everything. It's on the front tag of my car. Like, that is my label for me. That is who I am. Pinkkrowns is me. I'm gonna always put that and associate that with anything that is associated to me. So I started to look up, what does pink represent biblically? And it says pink represents you have the right relationship, or building the right relationship with God, or you're on the right path, to the right relationship with God. And so I'm like, what does crowns mean? Because, I have crowns with the K. And so crown with the K, I'm like, maybe this is just not a word. So I'm like, what does crown mean? So I look up crown, and I thought it was just gonna bring up the regular crown like you put on your head, because it's on, they autocorrect with the C. But no, it actually brought up a definition, even though it's used for a car, but it's words in there that mean something. So it says that crown is a part to slow down corruption and corrosion to the vehicle. And I'm like, hold on, let me read that again. It says crown with the K is to slow down and prevent corruption and corrosion. So I'm like, hold on. We need to slow down and stop whatever is corrupting us and causing corrosion, in our lives, to build a better relationship with God. And I'm like, my name stands for something. That means you're on the right. You have the right relationship with God. So you're slowing down. You're preventing any corruptions, interruptions, distractions, corrosions, mold, anything that's trying to hinder you from building the right relationship with God. Like, come on. So anything that Satan tries to throw up against us, oh my God. For one, it ain't even finna prosper. It is not finna prosper. For two, we ain't finna sit here and worry about what Satan has to say about us, what he's trying to do, what his people, his evildoers are out there trying to do to come against us. But guess what? God said, no weapon formed against me shall prosper. And every tongue that rises up against thee, it shall be condemned. You want to know what I pray over my enemies? I always pray, because in the Bible, I'm reading the book of Psalms, and Psalms is just a book of prayers and songs. Like, David had a prayer. He stayed with a prayer on his heart. Stayed. And I'm like, if he can do it, he prayed through every bad time. And when I say he called out to God, he called out to God. He called out to God. I lost my train of thought. Okay, I found my thought, y'all. So in the book of Psalms, I always which I was saying this before I found this in the book of Psalms. And I was always like, Lord, hurt those who try to hurt me. Anything that they try to come up against me, will let it come up against themselves. So in the book of Psalms, I read, when David was praying, he was like, Lord, the pit that they dug, they will fall into the pit. The traps that they laid for me, that they would trap themselves. And yes, like any pit, any hole that my enemies have dug for me, they will fall into the pit that they created. Any trap that they laid to catch the mice, they will catch themselves, because they are the mice. I am a winner. I am not a mice. You cannot catch me with a trap. You cannot trap me. I'm not an animal. Y'all, my enemies, y'all are the animals. So you will trap yourselves. The pits that you dug, you will fall into the pits that you've dug. You will become ashamed with the things that you've done, because guess what? You done it to yourself. Anytime somebody try to come up against me and talk down on me, every tongue that rises up against me, instead of stating my name, my enemies will state their own names and don't even realize what they're saying. So, come on. Whatever Satan tries to use, whatever weapon he tries to form, he may form it, but it ain't gonna prosper. He may build that gun, but guess what? Them bullets ain't gonna come out of there. He dug that pit, guess what? And he fell in his own pit. It didn't get me. Them traps he laid for the mice, the ones that he thought was unworthy, yeah, it caught them. You caught yourself, because I'm worthy. I'm strong. I am mighty. I am somebody. I'm a winner. I am not a mice. That's how I look at them. I am not a mice. I am an overcomer. I'm more than a conqueror. So I just had this word on my chest, and I had to get it off. I hope that it helped somebody on today, because I know life situations can come up in our lives and Satan tries to get us. But God just laid it on my heart. Guess what? It could have been worse than that. You may have wished that it should have, could have went this way, but it may have happened and I didn't like the way that it happened. But guess what? God said it could have been worse. That trial, that tribulation formed, but I didn't allow it to prosper. I didn't allow it to destroy you. I stopped it before I saw that it took you on down the river. God ain't gonna let Satan take his chosen ones, because I guarantee you, whatever plan the Lord has for you, whatever, oh Lord, what's the word? Mission that the Lord has for you on this earth, you will do it. Whether you want to or not, you will do it. Yes, he gave us our own decisions, but you will do it. You may fall on your face a couple of times, but it's gonna get done. And I'm just telling you, when you fall on your face, you're going to get back up. Because when you fall, there ain't nobody but Satan. He knows when people are mighty. He knows when you are capable of so much more. He knows when you have a calling on your life. He knows when you are great. He knows when you are mighty. Do not let these people defeat you. People try to make you feel like them. People try to make you feel like you're less than. When you're, come on now, they're the ones that's less than. You're greater. You're greater. You're the head and not the tail. You're the lender and not the bar. You're the top and not the bottom. Baby, we're top tier over here in Christ. We're top tier. We're never the bottom. We're never the butt of the bread. Never. Even though people try to make us feel like the butt of the bread, feel like we're not worthy, feel like we're not capable. But baby, I'm telling you, you are top tier. Do not let Satan and his little weapons that has formed, but that they ain't prospered yet, get you down. Because you are more than whatever they say. Anything they say that you are, baby, tell them you are not that. Tell them that you are not that. Anything they say that you are not, tell them you are that. I am everything that you said that I wouldn't be. I'm going to do everything you said I couldn't, wouldn't, shouldn't. I'm going to be everything, all that and beyond. Saying you are a liar and you don't deserve a place in our presence. He don't deserve a place in your presence. Don't allow him to dwell in your space any longer than he already have. Because I'm telling you, he can get to you any time of the day, any second, any hour. He get to us every day, trust me. But you have the power to bind him up, because God is always with you. He promised to never leave nor forsake you. So he's right there with you. But he gave it up to you, whether you want to allow Satan to tear you down or allow this as a test and you gonna pass this test. You know, he ain't gonna let you, fall on down the river. Now, he may let you fall in the water. He ain't gonna let you drown. He gonna get you up. He gonna get you up, I'm telling you. But it's just like some things in life I just wish I had made better decisions on. And, but God is like, it could have been much worse. I protected you. I shielded you from your enemies, from those that tried to hurt you. Satan thought he had it up on you, but God's like, I showed him different. I showed you differently. In that moment, you may have thought that was it. You was gone. But the Lord came right in. He sent his guardian angels to sweep you up, to protect you, to shield and cover and conquer. And conquer on your behalf. Today, as I was actually looking on Facebook, like this family, I don't know if you guys have seen it, but this family had bought a brand new van. They had just gotten, I believe, bought a new house. It was something they had just done, but I know they had bought that new car to, that new van to help them traveling from back and forth from North Carolina to Tennessee. And they prayed over their vehicle, prayed for preventions of accidents, any and everything. And, the wife, she wanted to make sure, she was like, God kept landing on her heart to make sure that the insurance was on the vehicle. So she sent the picture. She made sure, like overnight, that she sent the picture to her mom of the insurance, because they were going to be traveling, I think, to meet up somewhere, in between those states or whatever. It was for like a vacation, that they do. They like to travel and they want their mom to travel with them. And somehow, whatever it was, on their way to wherever they were going, I don't know whether it was back to North Carolina to Tennessee, however it was, that they were going on a vacation to somewhere else, but they were going to meet in between. They end up a logged 18-wheeler fell on their brand new van that they had for only like a few days, if a week. I don't even know if it was that long. And they had children in the van, and she was like, the very back is where her children would sit, her son, and that van was completely smashed. And you would think, like, there's no way that somebody walked out of that van was completely demolished. it was demolished. When I say it was demolished. And when I tell you, like she said, whoever wrote the post, that if you don't believe that God is real, everybody walked out of that accident alive. You can't tell me my God. Woo, you can't tell me my God isn't real. Like, come on now. The weapon may have formed, but guess what? It didn't prosper. That's a scary moment. But everybody walked out of that car wreck alive. Every last one of her children, none of them are dead. Everybody's alive. And I tell you, that van was completely smashed. The trunk it wasn't even a trunk on there. The front windshield was like in the back seat. It was smashed, completely tore up. And it just reminded me, like, my God is real. Like, whatever Satan tried to do to come against us, you are a lie. It did not prosper. Did not prosper. God still made a way. He made a way because he spared their lives. Forget that car. That's material things. You may wish it had happened another way, but God was like, it could have been much worse, because this one of them could have lost their lives. So we got to be thankful for the things that we are blessed with, even in the moments of trial and tribulation. But guess what? You got to remember that no weapon formed against me shall prosper. You're going to always have the up on Satan. You're always going to be ahead of him in the race. And just pray that God will hurt those who try to hurt you. The pits that they dug, baby, they're going to fall into their own pits. The trap that they laid for the mice, because I ain't no mice, no animal. They will trap themselves, and they will feel ashamed for the things that they tried to do to us, and they did it to themselves, okay? So that's the word that I had to get off my chest today. This is the channel that is to allow you to slow down and to prevent corrosions in your life, and have the right relationship with God. That's what Pinkkrowns mean. Like, come on. That just made me happy. Like, my little creativeness was actually creative, and it's actually got a meaning behind it, and I'm very thankful. So guys, I hope you like this. I hope I helped somebody on today. Stay tuned. I will be going back to making regular videos where you guys can see my face, but I'm working on something really excited, trying to see how I can get it off the ground where I can post my recording files, contents of me talking, like, on the radio. So working on a little podcast for you guys. But I hope you like this. So like, comment, and subscribe. Please leave a comment, share to whoever you need. To whoever you need, whoever you think need this. So thank you, and I will see you guys in my next video.